Welcome to Pathways of Hope. I am Lorna Campos. Gone too soon? Gone too suddenly? Gone so young? These recent years, up close and personal, hasn't death and sorrow been so near to each of us? Today, we look at a mother whose miracle child, in the prime of his life, was unjustly accused and tortured and sentenced to the most horrible death at that time. In John 19:25 to 27, Mary standing by the cross. Imagine with me the sights, the sound, the smell. These people were considered criminals. They were taken from their dungeon, they were tortured, they weren't fed, they weren't given a bath. And then they carried their heavy crosses, so they had sweat, the smell of old blood from being tortured, the smell of flesh blood from new wounds, the smell of human excretion. They were given bathroom breaks, right? And amidst of all of that, with dignity, Mary, standing by the cross, fixed by her son's side. The sight, I don't think there were only 3 people hanging on the cross that day. There were hundreds of crosses there, even thousands. When they put up a cross, most of the criminals there are left for the animals, for the birds to eat their flesh. And gosh, the gory sights of half-eaten bodies, of naked people, all of these sights, and then the sounds, the cacophony, the jeering of the guards, gambling for the clothes, the laughter, the derision, the curses, the screams of agony of those being whipped, of those being nailed, of those gasping their last breath. Wow. And the picture of Mary standing by the cross. Wow. Such courage, such love of this mother. Courage to go to that place, the sights, the sounds, the smell, all the men, Courage goes, I will be with my son. It doesn't matter how I feel, what are my fears. Love, a mother's love, compelled her to be by her son. And all the emotions, I can only imagine what that is, the questions, the pains, the complaints, brain fog. And yet she stood by the cross. She could have fainted, she could have fallen, but still she stood by the cross. Wow. How to stand with dignity in suffering? How to stand with courage and love? Today, you may be going through your own suffering and pain. You may be the one on the cross. You may be the one supporting the one on the cross. Surrounded by pain and suffering and questions and confusion and depression, how does one stand firm? And I offer you an acronym from the word stand. Stand. S, support. T, tears. A, anchor. N, not alone. And D, discern. Support. And we're talking here of a silent, steady support. No words necessary. Just being there in that pain, in that smell, in that grime. Being there with empathy. T is for tears. Tears. Let the tears flow. We're not called to be stoics. To stand does not mean I stand with no pain or hold in all the pain. I can be, saddened and the tears can fall. I can wail, I can weep, and just, be in the pain. Have compassion. A is anchor. Like a boat has an anchor in the water. Typhoon, storm, you can toss and turn. But the anchor, if you're on a firm foundation, you'll be secure. And our anchor is the Word of God. Anchor ourselves on the Word of God. And not alone. Mary, the Mother of God, had two other Marys with her as she stood by the cross. She had companions. Sometimes when we are in pain, we think others cannot understand. We like to isolate ourselves. Remember, we are not alone. Invite others. Invite them into your pain. People want to help. Ask. We're not alone. And D is for discern. Discern. We ask God for the grace to discern. How do we make sense of all this suffering? Wrestle, challenge, question, discern through the suffering. Stand. Stand firm. Support, tears, anchor, not alone, discern. May God increase our capacity to stand firm. And when we feel like we're, tossed and turned, stand firm and know you don't have to be afraid. We are not alone. So I end this reflection with love song and imagine you're having a conversation with God.
Dum 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 dum. When the night has come, and the land is dark, no, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me.
We're not alone. Jesus and Mary stand with us. God bless.
Stand by me. Oh, just stand by me.